Matt and Mandy are with us in the lobby of Financial Peace Plaza right here in Martha's Place. Hey, you two, what's up?
Hey, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
What's up, man? We're debt-free.
Awesome. It's good to have you. Where do you live?
We live in southern Indiana near Evansville.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So an hour and a half down to here maybe or
Yeah,
so?
a little bit more than that
Maybe
with the
two, yeah.
traffic on 65.
Well,
but
yeah, and the rain and all that, yeah. Well, it's good to have you. Congratulations on being debt-free. How much have you paid off?
Over the last 6 years, we paid off $205,000. But in the last 3 years, we got Gazelle and tents, Dave, and we paid off $150 of that.
My goodness, is that your house and everything?
That's the house, Dave.
You guys are way young to have a house paid for. That's very cool. How old are you two?
Well, I'm 31 and she's 30, so our goal was to pay off the house by the time she turned 30. So
And you made it.
made that goal.
Very cool. And what's the house worth?
$205,000.
$205,000. Neat. And what's your household income?
Well, it started out at about 80 when we got married and went down to 40 when I started my business, and we've been in six figures for several years now.
So now up over 100.
Yep.
What kind of business do you have?
I do consulting work. I'm a web marketer, so I help businesses get found online, and I do all of it from home.
Very neat.
So it's been a blessing. I left the corporate world to start work for a startup, and then I started my own business, and it's just taken off from there. And I wanted to tell you, Dave, that you also inspired me to write my own book, because you were talking to a guy who I was listening to your show as always, and he called in and said, I've lost my job. I wish I knew what I could do. I've got a business background. And I was sitting there working in my home office thinking, man, if I could just tell that guy what I do every day, he would do it. So the book's Executive in Sweatpants, and it hit #1 on Amazon, which has obviously helped us achieve the goals that we've hit today. So
well, congratulations.
I wanted to come and tell you in person because you've inspired it in many ways.
Well done. I'm proud of you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Executive in Sweatpants.
That's me. I dressed up today and wore jeans.
Great title. Yeah, you dressed up, man. Just come in and see us. Well, thanks. That's very cool. So the house was the $205,000.
That was it.
It's worth $205,000. So you didn't have any debt except your house.
That's right.
You started out pretty weird.
Well, we've had great parents, and I went to see you speak in Evansville when I was in high school with my brother.
Yeah.
And before I met Mandy, and so Mandy and I both went to state universities and got scholarships, and that was huge for us. And so instead of paying down student loans, we paid down our house.
So Mandy, this guy, he drives the lane, man. I mean, he puts the ball in the hoop. So how hard has this been over the last 6 years of this guy driving to get the house paid for?
Well, I would say the hardest part was just being ready for all the transitions, and especially when we left the comfort of his corporate job for him to go to the startup, and then again leaving the startup to go to his own business, and just having the faith that these new endeavors that he was taking on were going to continue to help us reach our goals. But we just had the faith that it would work out, and we've been very blessed.
Cool. Very cool. And how old is your son?
He's 2.
2. And what's his name?
Sam.
Sam is in charge, man.
Yes.
He's
That's right.
awesome.
We also have a 3-month-old back at home with Grandma, Dave. We didn't think having a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old here would be the best, so we just brought our 2-year-old.
Well, we end up broadcasting whatever they do, so.
I noticed that here, so that's why I grabbed it.
It's all good, man. Very fun. Hey, man, it is so good to have you guys. You're an inspiration. I mean, you're making over 100 a year. You started your own business, wrote your own book, paid off your house, all by the time you're 30 years old. That is very, very, very impressive. And you go from 80 down to 40. Ouch. Like you said, the transitions, Mandy, and then now back up over 100. So what do you tell people the key is to paying off your house by the time you're 30?
Well, one of the keys for us was just having a regular monthly budget that we were willing to stick with, and evaluating the budget at the end of every month, and just being really on the same page together, that it had to be something that we were willing to work for together. It wasn't just one of us more than the other. We were just both really driven to achieve that goal, and just talk about the issues as they came along.
So which one of you messed the budget up the most often?
Well, that's funny. We were talking about that because I knew you'd ask which one's the free spirit and which one's the nerd.
Yeah,
and we're both actually nerds, so I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Sure,
Yeah.
But I think I'm the bigger nerd when it comes to spreadsheets, and like I do the budget and come out and show her the spreadsheets and stuff. And we do the budget every month, and the big thing for us would be looking at it at the end of the month and figuring out where we finished versus the budget. I mean, that's huge for people to do, and come out and say, we finished $2,000 ahead this month, and then that just banks against the mortgage. So
Yeah.
you know, we're very blessed, obviously.
That's very neat. Well, congratulations, you two.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. Thanks for visiting with us and celebrating the fact that now people doing what you do this year have broken the $40 million plane. That's very cool.
That's right.
All right, it's Matt, Mandy, and Sam. We're going to do a debt-free scream from Evansville, Indiana. $205,000 paid off over the last 6 years. They paid off their house, people. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
All right, Sam. 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
We're debt free!
Hey, Sam got into it. That's cool. He's been practicing. Way to go, you guys. Very, very well done. That is so fun. Beautifully done.